Greetings, Nerevar. See, I had found myself languishing in the ice-cold death grip of boredom lately, and with nothing to do, I had decided to go see the Mario movie. Surely the mongrel dogs of the film industry couldn't possibly mess up a film about an Italian plumber that goes on kart races every now and then, right? Now I confess, I don't play any Mario games except for Mario Kart, specifically the one that came out for the Nintendo 64. And yet despite this, I decided to go into this film blind. Now, I'm not going to spoil anything about the movie. I will be sure not to reveal any of the major plot points, unlike the sickening fools of the Empire which would haphazardly spoil everything about the movie on the internet within minutes upon seeing it. How do I say this? It was a movie. There were things that happened on screen. The plot line was barely there and only existed to facilitate the movie's events, with barely a moment to settle. I don't tend to enjoy feature-length films to begin with, so I apologize if my film review style is sorely lacking, but even having watched this film, I didn't feel anything at all about it. It had left me unchanged and unenthused for the entire duration of the film, aside from the sole event, the kart racing. Yes, there is a glorious moment where the characters get in go-karts, and I was able to see the glory of Mario Kart 64 on the big screen. I could just imagine the Nintendo 64 controller in my hands as Mario drove up on, "Wait, sorry, I said I wouldn't spoil anything, my sincerest apologies." Though I confess I was disappointed that they didn't just keep with the traditional Mario Kart designs. And what was with them giving Princess Peach a motorcycle? Since when were motorcycles in Mario Kart? Aside from that disappointment, I thoroughly enjoyed the kart racing in the movie. I confess I immediately fell asleep afterwards the moment the karts were no longer on screen. Why are you looking at me like that, Nerevar? Movies are so boring you can't possibly expect me to stay awake during one. When was the last movie I saw before this one? That's a good question. I think the last movie I saw was when Dagoth invited me to watch a supercut of all of the Lord of the Ring films combined, including the Hobbit films, and then right after that he wanted me to watch all of the Avenger films with the associated other character films interspersed along with them. I couldn't stay awake during any of those, and I'm sure he's still angry with me about it. It's like every time I go to see a movie, it's so long. Not everyone has 3 or 4 hours to waste just watching a thing on a big silver screen. What, there's films shorter than that? Look, every time I've been in a theater, it's always been some long and drawn-out affair. Gone with the Wind, Titanic, War and Peace. Dagoth had me sit down and watch Kill Bill, the whole bloody affair, or whatever it was called. Oh, right, he also wanted me to watch some Justice League film, too, that was edited by the director or something. I've completely written off movies, to be honest. Even the Mario movie was super long. When I woke up, they were doing the kart racing segment again. Shot for shot. No change in the footage whatsoever. Wait, the Mario movie is only an hour and a half. You mean I slept in a theater for a film less than 2 hours long?